the pulpit, but very briefly. My understanding was this was a social event. It wasn't supposed to be any big speeches, so I've had a glass of wine. Excuse me if I get a little flushed in my speech. But I have to say I really love these kinds of events because it's about connecting with people and talking one-on-one and getting to know what's happening in your community so that when whoever becomes leader, there's a grounding and an understanding of what's happening at the grassroots. And I think that's what our party has lost. It's lost that connection to the people that make it live as a party. And I got involved because my personal background is that of community development. I'm an organizer from social justice movements in my city, Hamilton. I was a city councillor for 3 terms when the by-election came in 2004. And that by-election was the one that brought party status back to the NDP provincially. You might recall that in 2003, we didn't have enough seats in the legislature to have party status. So the by-election came, I ran, brought party status back. Howard calls me the $6 million woman. I don't know if that's true. I don't feel like Jamie, not most days. But nonetheless, that's been a part of my history. And so I really do believe that the ability for us to take government in 2011, and let's face it, unless we take government, we're not going to be able to implement the kinds of policies that we know will make this province a strong, a just, and a progressive place. And we know it can be that. We know that there is all kinds of wealth that's produced here, but we know that that wealth is concentrated in the hands of the few. And that's problematic. We've seen Tories and now Liberals who are following in the footsteps of the Tories very well, not providing affordable housing in this province, keeping social assistance and ODSP rates very low, not bringing a childcare program into Ontario, allowing the spread of temporary agencies where workers' labor is siphoned off and not justly providing enough income for people through temporary agencies. That's absolutely unacceptable. We've watched our healthcare taxes go up, but our healthcare services go down. We've watched LHINs come into place and create a barrier between communities and their government. I mean, that's all LHINs have done. Your healthcare dollars that you're paying in your new tax or premium isn't going to increase services. It's going to this other layer of bureaucracy that allows the government to shield itself from any accountability whatsoever. So there is absolutely a situation in this province that needs to be turned around, but it's not going to turn around unless New Democrats win in 2011. That sounds daunting, I know, but we can do that. We can do it by putting organizers on the ground, and here's where I agree with Gilles. It's not a matter of the Central Party sending an organizer at E-30 to help you kind of work on your campaign. That's not what it's all about. It's about connecting with people in their community, hearing what it is that are their issues, and then New Democrats speaking to those issues, not at E-30, but in between elections, and building that ground support, riding after riding, from one area of the province to the other. Since that's my history as a community development worker for a legal clinic in Hamilton, I believe that I bring the skills to do that. I'm going to be brief. I mean, one last point. When we run elections in this province, we go through a process of polling and trying to figure out what the message is going to be and who it is we're speaking to. And every time I've gone through that process, it's very clear the demographic, or what they call the universe of potential voters that would possibly vote NDP. And that universe, inevitably, is women and it's youth. Yeah. I'm both of those.